So a new venture for this year is to go with the art. We have two resident artists at the gardens this year. We have Victoria and Olwen, and their work is displayed in the main entrance to our cottage. And they work here for a lot of the time. They both have different styles, but are both very complementary. Olwen concentrates on atmosphere and form, and Victoria, well, she seems to do flowers. And they're done differently, which I'm going to show you in a bit. Look at that. When we come down the room, down the stairs here, this is Olwen. Olwen works downstairs in the house. And, oh, Olwen, what is this?
This is a commission for Whitburn School. You can see the school on the cliff top. This painting's only a week old, and although it's an oil painting, it's growing rather slowly because I'm using a series of glazes rather than thick paint. So it has a watercolour-like aspect to it. But,
okay. And there's a double rainbow over there.
Yes, there is. Rainbows occur a lot along the coast, and I lived at Whitburn for a while. So I thought it would be nice to make it, because it's such a long, oblong shape, to cut it into it with the rainbow.
Yeah.
And you do see a lot from the school.
So this is like a work in progress.
It certainly is, yes. What will happen now is that I'll take it to a certain point, and then I'll have to set it aside to dry, because if I try to glaze the colours in on the rainbow, they're muddy. So it has to be dry so that they come on clear,
right.
And clean and bright. And then, of course, once I've got them in the sky, they'll have to reappear in the wet sand. So that's the next problem.
And Olwen's always here, aren't you?
Yes.
You're always here at the gardens, and
yes.
She loves talking to people.
Yes.
And you can see it's...
Well, we've had some lovely guests.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
You mean I have lovely customers? I've never noticed before.
This is the end of a long series of dances, because I had a studio in the Biscuit Tin in Warwick Street above Biscuit Factory, and you have access to dancers in a city. And these are close studies of their feet, and little watercolour studies that start off.
It's just so nice to be able to come here and look at these. And as you can see, Olwen's always working away in here.
Got the worst palette in the world, the dirtiest, messiest oil
Never.
palette in the world.
Never. And this is the one I love.
Yes.
I love this.
This Did the Angel Dance, and it's the idea that the angel that must have walked out of the tomb with Jesus, because this was an Easter painting, couldn't sing because the soldiers were sleeping, and perhaps he celebrated by dancing instead.
I just love the colours. It's ever so vivid.
Yes. It's I like warm, rich colours, and I often mix on the painting rather than on the palette.
And this is a study of a face, isn't it?
These are studies of faces. This was looking at portraits, but actually eliminating everything except the little centre of the face, which you actually look at when you're talking.
He's a miserable looking bugger.
Yes, grumpy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
It's just so nice to have this at the gardens, and
well, it's lovely to be here. It's a very quiet place to work, very rich in atmosphere and ideas.
well, that's one of our artists here at the gardens, and you really must come and visit them. If we come upstairs, it's a completely different style. This is a piece called Poppies, and Proud. I can see why they're called Proud. I'm going to explain to you in a minute how these these paintings are done. It's a different style from Olwen's. It's a pleasure having these people in the gardens doing this. This is a young lady called Victoria Bellis Carter. Is that how it's pronounced, Victoria?
Yeah.
Right. And that's a beautiful big poppy. And this is one of my favourites, Echinops. And various other plants. These pictures are very unique in the way they're made. I mean, it's not really my thing, but having them at the gardens is a benefit for us. These, what do you call these? Do these have a name, these little triples? Like 3 pictures in one?
Sets of prints.
All right. So, Victoria is working away, and you know, they're made with tissue paper, aren't they?
They are lots of layers of tissue,
Right.
and lots of layers of varnish to protect them.
Longer than taking pictures. Not taking pictures, what am I talking about? Longer than painting pictures.
Possibly. It's more fun because you're not quite sure how it's going to turn out, and as you layer the colours until the varnish is dry, you don't really know how it's going to form.
So that's, they're all stuck on there, are they?
They are with the varnish. The varnish
varnish.
will dry clear, so it's quite exciting coming back tomorrow to see how the colours have dried on top of each other.
Right. Don't be telling my customers how to do it.
No.
You need to have trade secrets in this business. Well, certainly in my business. Especially if you don't know. Just pretend it's a secret.
Yeah.
Makes you look clever. This is marvellous. And all these different tissues. Different colours. Do you have a special place where you source these, or
No.
just is it any old tissue?
Gather them from often small shops have different colours, more unique colours.
Right.
So I've just sort of gathered them over the years.
Look at them all. There's hundreds of them.
Oh, there's more.
Is there?
Yeah. That's only a small selection.
Most women collect shoes or clothes or something. You collect tissue paper. And you take commissions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if somebody's got a picture or they want something in particular, you'll talk it through with them.
Yeah, well this piece here is a commission that the lady brought in, her cushions and her curtains, and we had to coordinate the agapanthus to fit in with her colour scheme and her room.
And you'll use pictures from a book or from their own pictures, or
Yeah, anything.
well, and of course there's all these gift cards. So many of these originals and prints are made into gift cards. This sort of work seems to lend itself brilliantly. It's really, really clever stuff. Right, that's enough for the arty-farty stuff, I think. We'll get back to some gardening now. I must just have one last look at this though. Innocent charm, pretty in pink. Absolutely lovely.